Hey, welcome back to my channel. My name is Debbie. I am the She in Sheality, here with some straight up reality TV commentary. And today I want to talk about the 90 Day Fiance Tell All Part 1. Okay, so there are a few surprises in this tell all, but I want to get the first, well, the biggest one to me, the most surprising one to me, out of the way right out of the gate. So this woman right here, you all know her as Shawn Robinson. She hosts all of the tell-alls or whatever. Just because I'm nosy, I Googled her age. I am not going to tell you how old this woman is, but I'm going to tell you, or how young she is, but I'm going to tell you she should bottle and sell whatever it is that keeps her looking like this. I know that they say black don't crack. This is next level. Like, and I'm not going to tell you, like I said, I'm not going to tell you how old she is. I want you to go Google her age and then comment below. Like, I nearly spit out my coffee. And yeah, surprising. Whatever it is that she's making for doing these tell-alls is jack compared to what she could be making if she started like a beauty line or skincare line, something, anything. Shawn, if you ever see this video, you need to start a line of skincare because, wow, I'm so surprised. Okay, now that that's out of the way, let's talk about the tell-all. Let's start with Mike and Natalie. Okay, so we know that Mike canceled the wedding on the day of the wedding, which was like 3 days before Natalie was due to leave the country, right? I don't understand why he let her come to the US in the first place, because when he left her country, they fight all the time. All they do is fight. All they do is argue. So when he went to visit her country, they had an argument. Surprise, surprise. They had an argument, and he left. She threw the ring at him, called him a monster. He came back to the US. But they had already applied for the K1 visa, right? So after he gets home, the visa gets issued. She gets notification that her visa's been issued, and she's all happy. She phones him, whatever. I'm so glad, oh, the visa's issued. I'm coming to the US. Did anybody else think, why the hell are you going to the US? You called him a monster. You threw his ring back at him. You guys are not a couple anymore. I'm confused. What? And he didn't say,
why are you coming here? We're not a thing anymore. You gave me back my ring.
that's all you had to say, Mike. Would have avoided a whole lot of problems if you just said that instead of going, like, what do you, like, grow a set. You couldn't have said, we're not a couple. I have my ring back. You called me a monster. All we do is fight. But no, you couldn't do that. Anyways, fast forward to Mike and Natalie at the tell-all. First off, they arrive separately, because naturally, she's not speaking to him. They're fighting. It would be easier to talk about the times when they're not fighting, because there are so few. There is so little time that they're not actually not fighting or not vexed with each other. Not like he is forever getting the silent treatment, and I don't know about you guys, but I'm clued as to why they got married. Like, you shouldn't be married. Every time she is asked, do you love Mike? She goes, deer in headlights. She's never said, yes, I love Mike. Not once. And she's probably been asked 10 times. She never says, yes, I love Mike. Anyway, she gets to the tell-all. They get to the tell-all separately. And they ask about why Mike canceled the wedding on the day of. And he said he got in his head or whatever. And it's like, dude, you had the entire time that she was there up to the wedding day to have second thoughts. And that's not even the issue. The issue is, you knew that you didn't want to marry her. This is not, I got cold feet. You knew that you didn't want to marry her. All you guys do is fight. If you thought that you should have married someone with whom you only fight, you have way more bad times than you do good, I think it was just a case of, you know what? I don't want to get married and I'm afraid to tell her. You should have told her before so that she could have got on a plane and go home. You should have sent her home. Your mother, everyone's giving your mother flack because your mom said that you should have sent her home. You should have sent her home. She should have gone home. There is no one who makes it more obvious on that show that they're there for the green card than Natalie. No one. And at the tell-all, she's not talking to him. They go for a meal break, and everybody's sitting outside at their respective tables or whatever, and she sits down, and Mike comes and sits down at the table with her. She picks up her food, and she leaves. Mike, dude, you shouldn't have married this woman. You shouldn't have. Like, she is a walking red flag. We all saw it for some reason. I don't know. I think it was just because he was too scared to tell her that he didn't want to get married. What he should have done is not let her come to the U.S. in the first place, because the last conversation they had before they got the visa approval was a huge fight and her throwing the ring back at him. So, dude, you get what you get. Grow a set. Use your words. Yara finds out what Jovi did at his bachelor party. Remember when he went upstairs with the stripper to get a lap dance? Yeah. I don't know, dude, what are you thinking? I don't know what he was thinking, because cameras were following him. So did he think that she would never see it? Or was he so drunk that he didn't care? We see poor Yara's face as she watches the video of Jovi going upstairs in the strip club with a stripper to get a lap dance. She's not happy, and you know, she starts to cry. She's never seen it before. It's kind of sad, but I mean, there's a piece of me going, this is what you signed up for, right? And if you didn't know that this was the person you were dating or engaged to or whatever, then why are you married? If you don't know that this guy was like heavily entangled with strippers and strip clubs, like according to his friends, that was his whole life. So anyway, Jovi agrees to take a lie detector test. And because they're saying, you know, that exactly that he used to sleep with strippers and whatever. And so he takes a lie detector test, and the first question is, have you ever slept with a stripper? And Jovi says no. And the lie detector guy goes, that's a lie. And of course he's busted. Like, why would you agree to take the test, dude? For what? So, and if you're gonna take the test, tell the truth, because it's gonna come out. And if it comes out because you lied, well, then you look like a liar. So, whatever. Anyways, he takes the test, and yeah, he doesn't do well. So Yara is clearly distraught, and then Shawn Robinson is like, first Joey is like, oh, well, my friend forced me to go. That is the weakest excuse I've ever heard. Then Shawn Robinson says, she's pushing. Like, she's just, like, pushing for the drama. She says, so what happens when you get a lap dance, Jovi? Like, what is included in a lap dance? And Jovi has to tell her. He has to tell the whole planet that, you know, what happens in a lap dance. And he says, you know, the girl is grinding up on you. She has no top, whatever, that whole deal. And it's like pure torture for Yara, who's sitting there crying. And there's no Kleenex on this set. Like, why do they not have like a Kleenex beside the where they're sitting? It just doesn't make any sense. Everybody's gonna cry, right? Natalie's crying, now Yara's crying, Julia will be crying. Everybody's gonna cry. They cry at these tell-alls, yet there's no Kleenex. I don't get it. So then Shawn asks Jovi if positions were reversed and Yara went to a strip club, a male strip club, and had some naked guy grinding up on her, would he like it? And he definitely said, no, I wouldn't like it. Good point. So, okay, yeah, that's it. We're done with Yara and Jovi. Let's move on to Tariq and Hazel. Hazel and Tariq, same old, same old. Tariq's talking to someone else. She doesn't like him talking to women. That's pretty much all there is. They're actually pretty quiet throughout the whole thing. Zied and Rebecca. Rebecca looks great. She tells us that she's had some work done. She's had like some little like fillers injected into her face, and I don't know if you've seen her commercial. She got like a mini liposuction procedure done, but she actually looks really good. There isn't a lot to tell about Rebecca and Zied. Zied looks the same. Rebecca looks better. But yeah, there's no like major drama going on with them. I will say that Jovi's mom, love her. Love her. She's like the best part of this. She's the best part of their family. She's actually very cool. So those are the best parts of the whole 90 Day Fiance Tell All, but that's part one. I'll do another video about Andrew and Amira. They really don't get into it with them. He does like walk off the set because she doesn't want to see him. She doesn't want to speak to him, even though she's not in the same room. She's in France, but she's like, I don't even want to see him on the video. So they tell him that he has to leave the room while they talk to Amira, and he decides that he's going home. So anyways, that's pretty much it for that. This is Shiality. My name is Debbie. That's all I've got for the 90 Day Fiance Tell All Part 1. I will see you next time. Peace.